This day អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាម្ដងទៀតណានេះគឺជាវីដេអូទី2ណាគឺជាវីដេអូដែលខ្ញុំនឹងបន្តទៅលើរឿង something funny unit 1 part 2ណាអញ្ចឹងវីដេអូមុនគឺយើងបាននិយាយពី part 1ណាខ្ញុំបានអាន part 1ឲ្យគ្នាយើងរួចហើយឥឡូវយើងចូលដល់ part 2ណាអញ្ចឹង complete ជាយាមស្ដាប់ខ្ញុំហើយអានតាមខ្ញុំទាំងអស់គ្នាណាជាយាមប្រណោមពាក្យមួយៗឲ្យបានត្រឹមត្រូវល្អទាំងអស់គ្នាអូខេ Let's start together. Part 2. Bill's side looked closely at the road and concentrated on driving. Johnny stared out the window again. It was not raining as hard as before, but the window had increased. She saw branches flying across the road. Now and then a few branches were hurled against the car. She could hear them hitting the roof and the windshield. Bill began to drive more slowly. Then he turned onto a country lane. Are you sure this is the right road? Asked Johnny. It's so dark out here. How do you know where to drive? I know, said Bill. I was at a party here last year. You were? Janet asked. That didn't sound like Bill at all. He wasn't the kind of person who went to parties in deserted places. He was so dull. He was only interested in flying saucers and spaceships and that sort of thing. Was he more interesting than she realized? Was he smarter than she thought? Johnny wondered about that. Tell me more about your dream, Bill, Johnny said. Oh, sure, he said. I never had a dream that seemed so real. It was as if I were really living it. If you know what I mean. Anyway, some funny-looking people excited from the flying saucer and told me to follow them. I did what they said. Where did you go? Janet asked. She wished that they would drive by another house so she could see lights and people again. I went inside the flying saucer, Bill said. And when I got inside, there was another me there. It was a replacement, they said. A replacement for me. A replacement? Said Janet. Yes, you know, someone who looks and talks exactly like I do. Jenny held back a laugh. Are you telling me what I'm going out with a replacement tonight? She asked. How would I know? Asked Bill. Would I really know if I'm a replacement? Jenny said. You probably would not know if you were a robot. But if you weren't a robot, you'd know that you were someone from space. That you were a replacement who was there in disguise. Hey, Johnny, That's good, Bill said. I didn't realize that you know so much about this space stuff. How many times have you watched Star Wars together? She asked. Bill grinned as Janet said, but I have a question for you. Why would you be replaced? Why you of all people? Bill thought for a moment and answered, maybe it's because I'm so interested in space. You know, maybe I could communicate with them or something like that. Maybe, Janet said softly to herself. Oh, maybe. She thought it's because you're not very interesting. No one really pays attention to you. If space people feel the Earth with people like you, the Earth would never know it until it was too late. Hey, said Bill, as he turned the car sharply to avoid a branch in the road. Maybe all of Earth are going to be replaced tonight. Stop it right now, Janae said. I've heard enough of the kind of talk. A few minutes later, there were lights in the clearing ahead. Then they saw the outline of an old farmhouse against the dark sky. Bill said, I forgot to tell you something about the people in the flying saucer. They each had 3 eyes. They had 2 eyes where we have ours. Then they had an extra eyes in the middle of their foreheads. Bill started to laugh. That was funny, I tell you. Janet looked at Bill. He was still laughing loudly as he drove along. Bill had the strangest sense of humor. They had 3 eyes. What was so funny about that? Bill parked in a place between 2 other cars. They heard music and laughter coming from the house. Bill turned off the engine. Well, he said, let's go inside and see if our replacements are here. Then he tried to laugh like one of those monsters on TV. He got out of the car and walked around to Janet's side. Suddenly, Janet could not stand it any longer. She was tired of Bill. She was tired of being with him. Tired of pretending to be somebody else. She wanted to be with someone more like herself. Someone she could really talk to. She knew what she had to do. As Bill opened the car door, Janet said softly to him, Hey Bill, do you want to see something funny? She reached up to her forehead, pushed away her hair, and quickly pulled off a flat bandage. Bill stared in shock at Janet's forehead. He stared at the 3rd eye there. Okay, thank you. This is the end of our first story, something funny. Thanks for your listening, and please try to read more and then listen more. Thank you so much.